everybody. I've been running around, but now I'm sitting down. Little poem for you. I have got, on the same day, I had 2 requests for a ginger cat. I think I mentioned this on the last video, on the chat. But I didn't know what a ginger cat was. So I looked it up. It's just what we used to call an orange cat. Sometimes they're all orange, sometimes they have little stripes. So anyway, I'm going to do 2 cats on an inside in the house thing. And the thing about cats in the house in a painting, you don't have to worry about litter boxes. You don't have to worry about cat smells or spray or anything. They don't even, but they won't even go kill mice either, so. It's all safe in a painting. What I generally do, and I don't usually show you this all the time, so I'm just real quick here. What I start out with is at least 1 coat, if not 2 coats. I think this one isn't so rough, so I think I can easily get by with 1 coat of primer. A lot of people will get gesso. I just use my white paint, and that's fine. And usually, you know, it needs to be some are just fine like this. You know, they aren't that rough. They don't have that, what I call a tooth. And white on white is not easy to see. But it gives it a little bit of a base coat, or it does give it a base coat, that kind of makes it easier for the rest of the paint. I'm going to start out with the background, which will be the room. So I'm going to start that with, I want to make a division for the walls and get the scale. So, corners are usually a little dark. I'm just going to use some light brown. Right now it's dark brown, but I'll make it light brown. Just to look kind of like, I don't know, a corner. At least for now. If I want to paint something over it later, more decorative, I will. La-di-da-di-doo. Always losing my... I wanted to get the room divided. And I think what I'll do first is put in a floor. And since we've got brown there, I'm just going to do a kind of a brownish carpet. I'm trying this. I have not seen it done. I don't know how others do it, but I'm just giving it a shot to make it look more like a carpet, excuse me, like carpet tile. Man, those hiccups stuck for a little bit. I think they may be gone now. I think I'm going to try and show you more often what I'm doing. I'll get this part done, then I'll turn it around and let you see where I'm at. Because I know a couple of you, I'm using this camera farther away. I started doing that because I was using bigger canvas and I had a lot of stuff around. I try to get it zoomed in. Because I know there are a couple of them that you wondered if I could give you some kind of a tutorial on. And I don't know. I probably speeded them up a lot. That's probably why you're asking. But the rope swing, well, I made a big tree. Decided it was an oak tree, and I made one limb sticking out from the side. And of course it might have had others, but I was only concerned about the one. The one that the girl would be swinging on. And I painted in what I hope looked like a braided hemp rope. And I discussed how, oh dear, please don't round on mine. Now, let me now. I haven't got that far to go. But I tried to make the swing part, the seat, I tried to make it look like it was like a 1x6, about maybe a foot or 2 feet long, and then the ropes would go down through some holes there, and then it's just, I finally decided to put some cattle in a pan. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how else to actually do a tutorial except to let you watch what I do and explain what I can. Okay, here is what I've got for so far. I have divided the room. I put a wall. I put a thing here to, this will be one wall, and this is the main wall here. It's just the start of an adjacent wall. And so I figured out then this so that I could put carpet and make it look like it's part of, extending the room a little bit. So far that's where I'm at. And I will probably, I don't know whether I should do painted walls or wallpapered walls. Wallpapered be a pain. It would be so intriguing to do, but oh man. There are some patterns that are out of this world and can be beautiful, but I think I'll put the pattern in the furniture and the cats, stuff like that. So I probably will paint the walls. But hopefully that looks like a little bit like a carpet pile there, like it's got that carpet depth look. Excuse me. I'm going to go wash out the brushes I've got. And then I'll come back and hopefully, well, if this isn't dry, I can dry it with the dryer because I don't want to get my brush down in there and pull it up into the wall, which is something I have tendency to do sometimes. Okay. I think my next step is to pick a wall color. And so there's a little dilemma there because the whole theme of this is the ginger cats. So I do not want a color that is going to clash with the cats. And I don't want a color that's just not going to be pretty in the room. I mean, you want it to look like a decorative room. So, that takes out reds. It does leave blues. Blues are a good possibility. Yellows, maybe. But I'd rather do that in the furniture than... No, I don't think I really want to do yellows. I'm thinking... Definitely don't want to just leave it white. We've painted a lot of our walls a pale gray, but this is a painting. I'm going to go with a blue, but it's not going to be a strong blue. And then I can add some of the oranges from the cat, the blues from the walls, and maybe even some of the browns into furniture and maybe artwork, paintings and stuff on the wall. So that's where I'm going with this. I'm not expecting to get all of that done tonight. Basically, this will be what I get done. So, I think that'll be a pretty blue. It's not real dark, but it's not super pale either. It's not like I'm afraid of getting some color in there. what I'm gonna have to do is I was gonna do something, but I need to let this dry first, and then come back in and cover up some of these spots. I think probably I might put a baseboard down there. What this allows me to do, I hope this isn't going to be too short for tonight, but I kind of doubt it. What this will allow me to do is to put other things in the room besides cats, but this is where we are as far as setting up the room, if you want to call it that. It's what? Oh! I get too far up there and then you can't see. So I hope that looks like the beginning of a room, and I'm losing my card. Okay. Well, I love you all. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.